has their own traditions this time of year. It might be making homemade Christmas cake or decorating a Yule log together.
Yule?
Yule.
Yule.
Is that what it's called?
Yule.
I've been calling it a Yule log for about 10 years.
Well, yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe we're all doing it wrong.
Maybe it's a Bristolian thing, Phil.
It probably is.
So it's called a Yule
you
log.
enjoy your Yule log. That could be it. And for Welsh-Italian chef Michela Chiappa, it's making fresh Anolini, and today she's back in the kitchen to make it for us.
Hello.
So we were talking about this.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did it's a big recipe, but it's so simple. You just got to break it down. A bit like when you make a lasagna, just look at it in steps, and actually you can do the steps at different stages. So, you know, in my family, we get together usually in November, because these are great frozen. Well, this is what we're making. They are little pasta parcels, Anolini, and they're stuffed with braised beef and parmesan. And what's great about these is we make them in hundreds. So you get my nonno and my dad, everyone involved, and the kids, and you freeze them. So the process is long, but once they're frozen, they cook in seconds. Oh. So that is the joy of them.
They look like little bottle tops.
They do. Well, that's the big debate, Phillip, because every town will call them... Holly last time said they were called tortellini in her family.
Yeah.
We call them manolini, some call them ravioli, and that's the classic Italian thing. Even my aunts in two houses next to each other will go, oh, no, I have more pasta in mine. Oh, no, more parmigiano. You know, it's the classic Italian debate.
OK, so
you know,
how do you make them?
So, first thing, you need a broth, the chicken broth. So I've got in here some lovely chicken broth, which has been homemade with boiler chicken, but if you want a quick fix, boiling water and a stock cube will do the trick.
Yep.
Then, in here, I've got my stracotto. So this is what we made last time, which is that braised beef. Look at that, it's lovely, cooked in whole bottle of red wine.
Yep.
And that gets blitzed with parmesan, a lot of parmesan, breadcrumbs, 3 eggs, and a splash of nutmeg. And what you need to do is, this is the lovely gravy that we made last time. You need to put enough of that. Now, everyone's breadcrumbs are going to be different sizes. So what you want to do is, when you blitz that, you're looking for this, OK? So this is the filling.
Wow.
It's that simple. My kids will help me make that. But, you know, you can make this in advance. You can make your broth in advance. So they're 2 of the steps. And what you want with this filling, OK, is you want it to be a bit like a sausage filling. You want it to be able to roll it into little, you know, my mum does it in a big sausage, and then she cuts it. And what you've got here is you put them on your fresh pasta, just like that. Now then, let me just rinse my hands. So, fresh pasta. Now, that in itself is a whole segment, how to make fresh pasta. But I often do this with my kids on the weekend, because fresh pasta, here it is, OK? That's what it comes out like. All it is flour and eggs. So it's 1 egg, 100 grams of flour and a pinch of salt. OK, now you can use a food processor, you can mix it with your hands. I often give this to my kids on the weekend, because my kids like to eat Play-Doh, and I go, you know, ah! Whereas this way, yeah. I mean, you know, as long as you're using good quality eggs, essentially, it's sort of edible Play-Doh.
Yeah, your kids are 25. It's ridiculous. You think they've grown out of it by now.
So, flour and eggs get mixed together, and you come away with this lovely dough. Now, leave it to rest so it comes nice and stretchy, and then you roll it through your pasta machine, which I've got a few already rolled. OK, I'm going to show you. It goes through... You do want the thinnest pasta here. Now, this is where... you know, my mum is the chief. My nonna used to be on the roller. It's all a pecking order in our family, you see. So mum has now been promoted to the pasta machine. So we don't get to do this when we're in the kitchen with mum. Oops, go on through. There you go. And what you want to do is, if you can, get this through on the thinnest setting. OK, there it goes. And then you roll it out. Someone else gets the next job. You put it on your work surface. You put your little bit of meat. Fold it over, or you can put one on top of the other. Now, the key thing here is, if it doesn't stick, you put a little bit of water, just tiny, minimise the moisture, because this is what you want to avoid. When these get cooked in the water, they might burst open. So this is like your little bit of glue down here. Fold them over, stick it down. You want to avoid any air in these little pockets. But I have to say, these Anolini in my family are like the Holy Grail. My dad will not have a Christmas day without them.
Really?
Absolute. In fact, he missed one, and it was because my sister gave birth on Christmas Eve, and we were all, like, in the hospital, and he was at home eating a takeaway,
yeah.
and he's been absolutely, ever since then, he's like, I'm never missing Anolini on a Christmas day again. So, look, I've got my little cutter here. Now, I've got a little special cutter from my nonna. Again, this one hasn't got crinkled edges, but you can have them with crinkled edges. Or, you know, get your kids' Play-Doh box out. There's bound to be a cutter. You can do this with a knife and fork. You don't need one of these specialist cutters. But if you do it with a cutter, they come like this.
What have you got them sitting in there?
So this is polenta, so you want to put them in your freezer on polenta. I mean, we've got trays of space in our freezer to do them en masse.
Yeah.
But you cook them then for about 4 minutes, and if they're frozen, you know, make sure they're fully cooked through in this lovely chicken broth. And that is how you eat them, with a bit of parmesan on top. And it is honestly like eating little nuggets of, like, gold dust. It's absolutely delicious.
This is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And my little one's 3. He loves pasta. I'm going to get home and make these this weekend.
Well, look, just have fun with it. That is what, you know, a lot of Italian cooking is. And you can have the debate, oh, a bit more cheese, a bit more this. But do you know what? At the heart of it, what we love is we get together as a family. It's a time around the table. Dad will always say, you know, the table, la tavola, it's sacred.
Yeah.
It's not just for eating, it's for cooking, it's for chatting, and
Well, they're absolutely.
together.
I love it.
Thank
I
you
love
very
it.
much. Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Buon appetito.
Thank you.
For details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our chefs, download the free This Morning app.
After the